Hey, what's up everybody? This is your girl Carlotta's Corner and I want to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to take a listen to my one-on-one conversation with one of my favorite cast members from Bravo TV's Married to Medicine. It's Dr. Heavenly Kimes. Listen, Dr. Heavenly and I had a great conversation and we got into a couple of things, like some of our favorite and most shocking moments from this past season, as well as we had a conversation in regards to today's economic times. And Dr. Heavenly gives us some insight on the steps she's taking to prepare her dentistry office for reopening. And also heard that there's some couples having maybe a little trouble staying connected. So Dr. Heavenly, as she is a relationship expert, gives us some insight and some good information on how couples can stay connected during these quarantine times. Listen, you don't want to miss this episode. It's packed full of juicy content and juicy conversation. And listen, if this is your first time watching me, welcome, hello, thank you for being here. I definitely want to keep you within the Carlotta's Corner community. Listen, I don't want to have any more conversation. Let me stop rambling on because I can talk. And I want you to listen to this conversation with me and Dr. Heavenly because it's a good one. So you don't miss out on any further episodes. Make sure you like and hit the bell notification for future videos coming your way. Keep it locked.
Dr. Heavenly, how are you doing during this quarantine season?
I'm making it, girl. I'm making it, you know. I never thought I'd be in the house 40 days and 40 nights, but look at here. I'm nowhere.
No, I know, right? That's what it feels like. So without further ado, guys, give it up for Dr. Heavenly Kimes from Bravo TV's Married to Medicine. It's the first time.
It's Kimes. Yes, Kimes. Hey, it's Kimes. That I is a long vowel. It's Kimes.
Oh, Kimes.
But that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Excuse
fine.
me, Doctor. I mean, no disrespect. Okay, you are the listen. I say you're the ultimate dentist of ultimate dentists because you give everyone the smile that they wish they could have, and so I appreciate you. Yes, ma'am.
No problem.
But for those who may not know you, if you could, I'd like to start off the interview just giving my guests an opportunity to give a little highlight of who you are and take us to where you are today.
Yeah, my name is Dr. Heavenly Kimes. I'm first and foremost a child of God. I'm a wife to Dr. Damon Kimes. I'm a mother to Damon Kimes Jr., Zachary, and Alora. I'm a dentist, entrepreneur, implant dentist, cosmetic dentist. And most people know me through a reality TV show called Married to Medicine.
Absolutely. And may I say, I'm so glad that they added you on there. You are... I haven't been keeping up with a lot of the seasons, but I've been keeping up recently. And I have to say that when you first entered in, you grabbed my heart immediately, especially when you stood up. And I think you were talking to Dr. Jackie and was telling her that she can't tell people that they're fat.
Right. Right. But then last season, I called somebody fat myself. So, you know, yeah.
But I really appreciate that because even though times are changing, there's still people that have that stigma about, heavy set individuals and thinking they can't do much.
Right.
And you definitely prove them wrong that you can do that and more. And your story is wonderful. I saw a clip of your glam room, and I have to say that your glam room is something to be envious of. If that was, something that we bestowed. Can you tell us a little bit about your love of shoes and your collection?
Yeah, that ain't really me. I mean, I'm not a materialistic girl. I don't do shoes. I don't do clothes. I do have a closet. Just because I've been on reality TV, I have so much stuff. So I had to actually, my closet was already there. I kind of just renovated and added spaces for shoes and clothes and stuff like that. But that's not really a question for me because I'm not a glamour girl. I'm not that.
Okay. So then I want to move on to a couple of topics. I do want to get into one of the topics that I really want to talk to you about, which is boosting your immune system right now for COVID-19. Because I saw online that you had some conversations about that, and I know that you live in you guys are very medically sound and experts and things like that. And I know that you give some good advice. And in addition to that, there was been some studies that's been going around regarding relationships are failing during COVID. So I want to tackle a couple things at one time. Because your husband is in the medical field and you have many years in the medical field, can you give us some insight in regards to what are your thoughts about this whole COVID-19, and what are some things that you may hear or discuss with individuals about how to boost their immune system so they can get through this time?
When I'm actually a dentist by trade, so I'm not a medical doctor, I'm a dentist.
Yes.
But as soon as I heard of the COVID-19 and I got some research studies on it, I know that dentists are right there with the respiratory droplets. So I made the decision to close my office almost 40 days ago. And it wasn't a public mandate, but I just felt like it was something I should do to protect myself, my staff, and my patients. Of course, I kept some of my staff on the payroll, and we just closed down. I mean, so they mandated it probably 2 weeks later or 2 weeks later. So I've been home. I just stay safe. You know what I mean? My husband has one of those jobs that they call essential jobs. So we actually, we just take it real cautious. He has the mask, he has the peppers, he has all the PPE that they need, the personal, protection equipment that he needs. So we just take every precaution. As far as like immune system, it has been said that, people that are in better health do better, so with this virus, as with any other virus, probably, we exercise, eat right, drink plenty of water. What they were saying was take plenty of vitamins. She went through the vitamins, but basically what I got out of it was a multivitamin, eating healthy, making sure you work out, drink water. I think they were saying people with more overweight, asthma, heart disease, that kind of stuff was more likely not to survive. But what I do know about the virus is the average person age of death is about 80. So that's why a lot of people are not really concerned. And then what came out later is more African Americans are dying at a faster pace, meaning that, we only make up about 10% of the population. But if only, 50,000 people died out of 600 million, and most of them Black, then that's why, I feel like the government feels like it's okay to open, because the middle-aged white man ain't really dying from this as readily. You know what I mean? And I was saying just today, I saw the Vice President Pence in a place where the people had COVID, and everybody had on a mask, and he did not have on one. And my thought process was, and I try not to go too far out there, I'm thinking like either he knows something we don't, or he's stupid as hell, or it just doesn't make sense to me, because even if he knows something we don't know as far as a vaccine or a cure or something he's immune to, it seemed like to me for the public, he would just put on a mask to just, make people say, hey, you know what, you need a mask. Him walking around without a mask, everybody else has one, is, sending the wrong signal, I think,
Speaking about sending the wrong signal, I know you live in the Atlanta area. When you heard that they was reopening Atlanta, what was your first thought?
I mean, immediately I thought, no, it is not time. I mean, the virus is on an upscale. It's not going down. And we knew it was about money, And I felt like, I've been following this. I've been on CNN every day. And I know that our governor, who is Kemp, he tweeted, because I follow him. He said he spoke to the President Trump about it. And he opened up, Georgia. But then when everybody was saying, oh, no, it's not the right time. And, of course, our beautiful mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms, said, hey, you know what? He said, open it. But I'm telling you, in the city, stay home. Keep your black tail home. But the interesting thing was when it went negative, Trump said, oh, no, I never told him to open the country. So he just threw the man under the bus. And we know he did because we saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, I just don't understand the blatant lies. I mean, I already knew this world was crooked. The government was crooked, but y'all just making it blatantly obvious right now that y'all just don't give a. Could tell us to drink some bleach one day and then the next day say it was a joke. It's a circus. It doesn't make sense to me.
Because when I first heard that they was opening up, and then you had notable celebrities saying, yeah, I'll open up my restaurant or I'll open up my business, and then they thought twice about it. I mean, did you feel pressure to reopen your business, or was you feeling?
No, I always go with the common sense factor. You know what I'm saying? It has to make sense for me. Because I want, like I said, I'd rather be broke than dead, right? So I'm going to actually monitor it. I know that they have certain things. And like I said, I've spoken to a lot of physicians, and my husband is very well versed in that. Actually, he's helping with the COVID testing. So I do know that it's going to be a new normal for all of us, meaning that it was one point where we did dentistry without gloves. Now we do universal precautions. Now it's going to be some probably additional universal precautions where we have to wear the headgear, the smots, the gloves, everything, do the air purifier, have a testing ultraviolet thermometer so we can check people's you know what I mean, their temperature, all kind of stuff we're going to have to add, and that's going to be our new normal. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon. You can't really stay in the house forever, but I would like for it to go on a downturn, and then most experts think it's going to come back in the fall. But in the fall, they'll probably be more prepared to treat it. That's my thought,
Yeah, because there was a conversation where they was trying to do, I think it was a rolling 18 months shutdown or something like that. I mean, that didn't really sound plausible, but I mean, that's what, they said they was going to do. So moving on from medical talk or dentistry talk, or just the COVID talk, you are now in new spaces. You have a YouTube podcast. Is that correct?
Yeah, I had been doing YouTube for a while, on and off, just little stuff. And then I started reviewing the show, Married to Medicine, right after it went off, because I felt like I was being misrepresented. You know what I'm saying? So I used to come on the show. And of course, I made it funny. I made it entertaining. You know what I mean? A little shade here and there. So I was doing it, every Sunday night for the 12 weeks we were on, or the 15 weeks we were on. I did a review, which kind of really went very well for me. And then I learned about being monetized and stuff like that. So now that I'm home every day, and I've been home for what I think today is 38 for me, day 38, I started going back to YouTube because my husband goes to work during the day. My daughter's in class all day online. So at noon, I would just go to YouTube and go online. So it actually people have I got a big following on it now. And I'm just amazed. I'm shocked. I'm humbled, all of that people want to come on and listen to what Dr. Heavenly has to say. You know what I mean?
How many followers you now have on YouTube?
I mean, I just started like the last 3 months, but I think we have over 50,000 subscribers.
My God, that's wonderful.
And each day I know it's 10,000 viewers, starting out that day is 10,000 viewers. So I think that's a huge reach. And we give a lot of information. Like you say, I talk about the COVID, what goes on that day. And a lot of times people tell me this is the first time they hear stuff. We talk about, the loans, the SBA loans, and the PPP are getting, your payroll protection and how to protect your business. We talk about relationships, just like you said before, how to cope with the COVID. And, being home with your spouse, which is rough on a lot of marriages. You wouldn't believe.
Yes, I was going to get to that. Yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that because I know that's one of your specialties. And yes, like I mentioned before, there's some reports were saying that the COVID-19 is kind of, with the lockdown, is messing up relationships. Why do you think that is so?
I think that people get in a normal routine. I think people get in a normal routine of a day. Like my husband goes to work, I go to work. I know I could never work with my husband because I'm too much of a boss and I'm too much of a control freak. You know what I'm saying? So I know I cannot work with him. But being together all day, we have a spacious house. So when I get sick of him, I go upstairs or he'll go downstairs. Like he has his man cave downstairs. So I think that's important to have your own space. But I think a lot of times people just be on top of each other and they just get sick of it. It's two different people from two different points of view. I don't even see how marriages work. You know what I mean? If you don't have respect for one another and just let other people be who they are, because you got everybody has their different point of view on a lot of different things, So when you're forced to be home, it's just the stress of being home. And it probably was some issues already there, and people just, it just compounds. So a lot of people have a problem with it.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you, because I know you're a specialist in this area, right? Because this report is coming out and also tapping into what you said, what are some of the tips that you think you could give people to have, one, I guess, keep the spice alive while they're on lockdown, and to have effective communication and stay connected?
Well, the interesting thing is I always say start with prayer, because you would be surprised how many married couples do not pray together, and they act like it was foreign to them when I actually presented it to them. You know what I mean? Like even people on our show, I said, you having marital problems, do you pray together? And they don't. You'll be surprised, right? So first and foremost, you have to pray together, because somebody that prays together stays together. Second of all, you have to have respect for one another. And I think that's where a lot of people fall short, whether they realize it or not. They're not respecting one another, their feelings, their space, whatever have you. You gotta have that respect there, or it just can't work. And then second of all, like you said, communication is the key, because a lot of things can go, you know what I mean, for a long time, and you're thinking one thing, he's thinking another, and he's thinking you're doing stuff to be this way, and you're not even thinking that. So you have to talk about it, not all the time, but you put together a specific time to talk about things and explain things, so everything's clear. And you gotta be mature. You gotta be mature. You know what I mean? In a relationship, without all that ego.
Absolutely. There's a question in the chat from DJ Explosive. He said, "What about non-religious people? What would you say about that?"
I say they don't have a chance. I can't see how a relationship can work without you being religious, because it's hard. It's too hard. If you don't have God in your life, what is your hope? I don't see it working. But try it, see it. That's just my thought. I may be wrong. I don't see how you can make a relationship work without God first, because a relationship, marriage, was created in the church. So if you don't have any religion, why are you even married? And I hate to be like that, but that's what I think. Why are you married if you don't believe in, you know what I mean? If you're not religious, if you're not in the church. Because
there's a lot of people. No, there's a lot of people that stand by what you just said. Yeah, definitely. Talking about relationship and connecting, right?
Right.
What are your tips, or what would you say for those individuals that maybe are losing the spice? How would they keep the spice alive?
A lot of times people ask me that question, and I have to ask the question, are you dating or are you married? Because if you're married, you know that there are ups and downs in a relationship. I've been with my husband 23 years. I've been with him 26 years, married to him 23 years. So there's always going to be ups and downs, spice or whatever. My whole thing to keep spice alive is you got to love that man, and that man has to love you like Christ loved the church. That's the only way it can work. The only way it can work. And a lot of people ask me, do you arrange marriages work? I say absolutely yes, because people from the same culture because people from the same culture believe the same things.
Yeah, choppy note. So there's someone that has a question. I'm gonna bring them up before I close out this conversation.
Yeah.
So I have a guest question. Her name is Gatsby Great. I'm gonna bring her up. She's gonna ask her question to you.
Okay.
Gatsby, click join so you can ask your question with Dr. Heavenly. Gabs.
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes. Go ahead with your question.
Hey, Dr. Heavenly, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm a fan of the show, and I noticed we were actually talking about this on DJ Explosive show earlier about the relationships you have with your daughter. Now, I noticed I have two daughters myself. My oldest is 11, my youngest is 2. And I noticed how you kind of like battle with like letting her go just a little bit. And I wanted to know, do you have any advice for me? Because I know Laura's in high school now?
Yeah, she's in the 9th grade. She's 14 years old,
Okay. So how do you deal with the transition? Because my daughter just turned 11 on the 19th. So it's like now she's hitting that preteen stage where she kind of like smelling herself, kind of feeling herself a little bit. So it's like me, I'm a single mom. So I'm just like, sometimes I get hard on myself because I feel like the pressure is on because I'm a single mom. Right. So what advice would you give me raising a teenage daughter?
A lot of times I always say my little girl is my best friend, but in reality, she is not. I'm her mother and she's my child. I beat that. That's what you got to do. That's what I think. I think you should be there, especially like at 11 and that stuff like that, because that's when they start at you. You know what I'm saying? You got to let them know. And my whole thing is like letting them out. My mother I lived a very sheltered life. My mama didn't let me out.
I did too.
So I think when I got out, I probably did too much. And I don't want that either. So I gotta, and it's, I wouldn't say it's a specific age you should let somebody out. It's got to be their maturity level and what you trust them with. You know what I mean? Definitely not at 11. But I'm saying like between 16 and 18, maybe 15. But
Right.
I just think you just got, each child is a little bit different. Main thing, you got to have that communication open. And again, just like she was asking me with marriage, you got to pray, because daggone, you could teach your child everything. And you know, it ain't even on you. I think it's something innate in these kids, because I have 3 children. And all of them are very different. And I'm like, damn, they came out the same place. I treated them just the same. You know what I mean?
And you know
they
what?
just
It's
different.
crazy that you say that, because I didn't notice that very thing that you're talking about with the personality difference until I had my youngest child. I had no idea of what that meant until I had a second child, that personalities are completely, totally different. Even at 2, I can see something in her that I didn't see in my oldest child when she was 2. So
I think,
definitely in that sheltered life, I can agree with that as well.
Yeah, I think it helped me a little bit, but I don't know. But I'm saying with the kids, all we can do is all we know. I would not beat myself up about the kids. Do the best we can with them. We love them. We pray over them. We talk to them. But at the end of the day, these kids gonna do what they want to do, and I just know that. And there's nothing I can do. I got 2 boys, one 22 and one 18. I don't know what the hell they doing. You know what I'm saying? And I just hope that everything I put in them, instilled in him that my husband and I, that they're doing the right thing out there. But at the end of the day, I don't know. You know?
Right. Well, I appreciate you taking my question. I really do. I can't wait for the new season. I've been sitting back just
it's gonna be a mess. But Donna, it's gonna be a mess. But I think I'm hoping that you see a transition in Dr. Heavenly, because I think that my mouth has been too lethal to the point where it's not even. I mean, I think it's funny as hell. But
I do too.
Yeah, I love it.
When you be throwing your little shade, I don't think they get you.
Right, they mad for real.
It's funny.
It's hilarious.
But you know what though? You've made it look good on Married to Medicine to feel good about being Black, being wealthy, and celebrating your success frugally though.
Right. But I just feel, honestly, I just don't think some of them get me. And sometimes when you say things and they've done the same to you, when you do it to them, they take it at heart. And they're, you know, to me,
yeah, I see what you said, Dr. Hammond, because one of my questions I was going to ask was about this so-called beef between you and Mariah, and then the reunion that was looked like a breakdown between you and Simone. It's like they make it seem like your words are cutting deep and they can't really grasp it too much.
Right, but they're doing the same exact thing, in my opinion, that they do. You know what I mean? To me, you can't tell me just because I'm a little bit better at it and my comebacks come quicker. To me, you saying the same shit to me. Y'all doing the same shit. Like if you say that my husband cheated and you don't have receipts, you can't be married.
Yeah, that was
you're
low.
cutting
into
his character. Yeah. And to me, you might think it's deeper, but I think it's the same thing, because he's a physician and his character means everything. So when Quad say you doing drugs, how can you be mad? If you lied on me and she told the truth about you, how can you be mad? You saw this.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my take.
Mm-hmm. I that's true, because that one I guess scenario or scene where he meaning Mariah's husband told Quad to be quiet, and all the women was like, no, you can't.
That messed me up. I did not like
that. But see, this is the whole thing, and I get where Wendy be coming from, even though I don't really watch Wendy Williams like that. Like when it's women against the women, when they going through their stuff and they are, the men shouldn't say nothing. That, and I get, and even Dr. Heavenly, I believe you said that as well. You were like, look, I don't mean no harm, but this ain't got nothing to do with you. I feel like the husband should just stay out of or whatever we have going on. They ain't got nothing to do with y'all. Because, you can create more issues.
Well, the interesting thing is my husband's a real dude. He don't say too much, right? But people be down for their wives. So if you say the wrong to me, it ain't going to be but too many words. And my man got too much to lose. So we can handle this all day and tongue wrestle. I can do some more. But if your husband get in this shit and I curse him out and he say the wrong to me, Damon's not going to talk to him. That's what scares me. You know what I'm saying? Because Damon was going to fight Aiden for real. Like when Mariah broke that glass on the thing, I was so unexpected. And I threw a chair. I did. But Mariah's husband stood up like he wanted to say something to me. Damon didn't let him get out of his word. He said, man, he said, it's whatever. And I got scared because I thought Damon was going to hit the man. They cut it all out because Damon threw a chair too. And he was like, man, what you want to do? Because your wife just...
Yeah, I don't think I would ever really want to see him get mad on the show.
Because he don't never get mad. So people like
he don't
him
never
are
get
so
mad.
nice. But when they
Yeah,
get
he's so
mad,
nice.
they get mad as hell. They get mad as hell. So I was like, oh God, the men gotta stay out of it. Cause my tongue's so lethal. I be done messed around and said
Yeah,
the
you
wrong
kind of
thing.
petty though, here, Julian. I love it. I love your
Right,
pettiness.
but you
I
know
be like,
that's
you
my
know what, this
job
man is
though.
crazy.
That's my job, and that's what you want to do. That's what reality TV is, and I can do it all day with the women. But when the men jump in, I get mad for
Well,
real.
anyway, that was all I had. I
Thank you, guys.
enjoyed. Thank you for taking my question.
Thank you. It
I'm
was
gonna let you get
nice
back to your
talking to
show.
you, sweetheart.
Nice talking to you as well.
Final question. Is there anything else that that you have going on that we don't know yet that we should know? And Station Head is a music app. What is in your playlist?
You know, I love gospel, so I like Yolanda Adams. I love Donnie McClurkin, that kind of stuff, and also I like R&B. So I'm a big Whitney Houston fan. Probably one of my favorites would be Monica. I love her. I listen to her damn near every day. You know what I mean? I just love her music, and of course Rihanna and all of them. You know, the people like that. But yeah, that's on my playlist. What I'm working on, I have a product that I'm going to bring out. Of course, you know, because that's what reality TV is, to present something. And I have something we call Dr. Heavenly University. I've been doing for years, but I'm actually going to take it to a different level where I teach dentists how to start and run a successful dental practice and how to do the high-end procedures. So yeah, that's the things I'm working on. And guys, you can always reach me at my on social media, all platforms at dr_heavenly.
Dr. Heavenly, you are a G, and I love you so much.
I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys. Give it up for Dr. Heavenly, and we will see you next time, hopefully sooner than later.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning into this video. I hope you were entertained and took some gems along the way. Listen, this is not the last you'll see of me. I have more videos to come, and I also have some past videos already uploaded. So just click on my home tab and click on the videos. You'll see a lot of the other videos with other notables and celebrities and musicians that I've spoken to, and it's also within my playlist, which is called Entertainment Tea. Other than that, guys, if you like this content, or if you like this video, make sure you give me a like, comment below, and let me know your thoughts, what other videos you would like me to do. And make sure you share, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you can be in tune for new videos I have coming up. Other than that, I wish you well, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.
Make sure you follow me on all my social platforms at I am Carlotta's Corner on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and Snapchat. Not Snapchat. YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook at Carlotta's Corner. That is my time. I'll see you guys later. Bye.
Keep grinding till I get bright.